Interesting horse facts you may not know. 1. Due to the special structure of the legs, horses are very well adapted to high-speed running. 2. Their digestive system is designed for the constant processing of food. Therefore, they eat plant foods, almost continuously, but in small portions. 3. They have an excellent instinct, and better than any compass they are guided in any weather, and at any time of the day, early morning or late at night. 4. Horses have the finest hearing. They are able to pick up sounds that humans cannot hear. Their auricles are designed in such a way that they not only catch sound waves, but even enhance their effect. 5. Horses feel and understand danger very well. 6. Unlike most animals, they see the world in color, not black and white. However, they poorly distinguish between blue and red. 7. A horse, like a dog, has an excellent sense of smell. Therefore, old individuals with poor eyesight are guided only by their subtlest sense of smell. They also recognize by smell their saddle, harness. From a great distance they distinguish edible and inedible herbs. 8. They have a very strong sense of touch. The most sensitive in this regard are the hooves and lips. 9. The horse is also able to heal itself. For example, after a long work, she happily walks around for several minutes, that is, makes herself a massage that restores blood circulation. 10. There are frequent cases of affection and friendship among horses. 11. By the horse's body movements and posture, one can learn about its mood and intentions. 12. A very effective weapon they have is a kick with a hind hoof, but they use it only as a last resort. 13. Able to see everything that surrounds them both in front and behind, since the angle of view is almost 360 degrees. 14. Horses are afraid to death of bees. Dozens of such bites can kill an adult. 15. The reliably known maximum life expectancy for a horse was 62 years, on average it is up to 25 years. 16. According to statistics, death from a blow with a bare foot of a horse occurs more often than from a blow with a shod hoof. 17. Horses from New Zealand have a water-repellent coat. 18. People who work with horses have 50% less diabetes than others. 19. Horses communicate with each other using body movements, as well as voice. For example, to get a friend's attention, a horse uses a low, soft whinny. 20. Horses lack the collarbone, unlike other mammals. 21. A horse's pregnancy lasts an average of 340 days. In most cases, 1, rarely 2 foals are born. A few minutes after birth, they can move independently. 22. At the age of 3, a horse is capable of breeding. 23. The smallest breed, Falabella, their maximum height is 75 to 76 centimeters, but the smallest among them was a stallion whose height is only 35 centimeters, with a weight of 9 kilograms. 24. The heaviest stallion is considered to be of the Belgian heavy draft breed, which was born in 1928. His height was without 2 centimeters, 2 meters, and his weight was almost 1.5 tons. 25. Most of all horses in the world are in China. Hearing enables horses to pick up the slightest rustles and high-frequency sounds inaccessible to the human ear. By ear, the horse receives many commands from a person: walk, stand, trot, gallop. Horses are affected by the timbre of the spoken words, the intonation of the voice. But it seems that they also understand the meaning of what was said in everyday situations. Horses perfectly distinguish the voices of familiar people, especially the owner. They know their nicknames. In horses, hearing plays a greater role than sight, because even in a dream, with closed eyes, they do not stop wiggling their ears. The horse can hear the movement of the herd at a distance. Mobility of the ears and picking up sounds from different directions helps her to orient herself well. If a horse's ears are motionless, then she is deaf. Air-filled supraglottic sacs connected to the nasal cavity and ear contribute to good hearing. The fact that horses have much better hearing than humans proves that animals have a presentiment of earthquakes, rockfalls and avalanches. These phenomena are preceded by such acoustic signs as tremors, various noises, electromagnetic radiation, gravitational fields change, and groundwater rises. Apparently, some of these changes, and maybe all, are caught by the horses and start restlessly and often neighing, rushing about, digging the ground with their hooves, sniffing it, snorting loudly and turning towards the center of cataclysms. In addition, a horse expresses its mood with its ears. Hanging ears indicate that it is asleep, cautious, about increased attention to something. Ears turned back indicate that the object of attention is behind, or they express submission and fear. Ears pressed against the head can indicate anger or fear. Horses can recognize themselves in pictures. Seeing a fellow in the picture, the horse can greet him with a quiet neigh, sniff. The horse at all times was a domestic animal that was in close connection with man. Many people who are fond of horse riding have a desire to have their own horse. To do this, you need to know that a horse is a living being with a personal character, temperament and psychology. Touch. The most important of the horse's sensations is that both in winter and summer, the horse has an increased metabolism for warming. It sweats all over its skin to avoid overheating. Therefore, in cold weather, a horse that is hot by a race must be covered with a blanket. Horses touch with sensitive bristly hairs located near the eyes, nostrils, lips and chin, and in the ears. The upper lip of the horse is very sensitive. The ability to delicately touch is also embedded in the soles of horses' hooves. Therefore, barefoot horses need to trim their hooves before riding, especially in winter. Smell. Very well developed. For example, horses recognize their harness, saddle, stall by the smell. The mother is a foal and vice versa. The stallion, by smell, determines the state of mares in the herd, the boundaries of his or other people's possessions, marking them. At a distance of 1.2 to 1.5 meters, horses distinguish between edible and inedible herbs. Hearing. Horses' hearing is much better than that of humans. Horses hear high-frequency sounds, can differentiate metronome beats, for example, distinguish 116 beats per minute from 120. Vision. The horse's angle of view is almost 360 degrees. Therefore, she can see everything that surrounds her, both in front and behind. The horse's light intensity is distinguished by its brightness. They are not blinded by the sun. They distinguish colors in descending order: green, yellow, red, blue. They see well at close range, they can catch facial expressions and the slightest gestures, but poorly at a distance. The convergence point of the direction of the eye-axis due to the lateral position of the eyes is 4 meters. Therefore, in order to see objects located closer than 4 meters, the horse is forced to turn to them with one or the other eye. This is why, it happens, she squints when she looks at you. Horses are capable of giving hybrids when mating with their relatives by genus. With donkeys, mules, with coulons, horse coulons, with zebras, zebroids. All hybrids are sterile. Only mules descended from male donkeys and mares are of practical importance for humans. Mules are distinguished by their calm disposition, great strength and endurance. At the same time, the life expectancy of mules is twice that of their parents and is 50 to 60 years. Did you know that the Arabian horse and some other oriental horses, in contrast to all other breeds, have only 17 ribs and 5 lumbar vertebrae instead of the usual 18 ribs and 6 lumbar vertebrae? But this does not prevent them from jumping perfectly.